Hello and welcome to The Talkies, where three filmmakers talk about movies. I'm Kenny.
I am D.
I'm Taylor.
And today we are talking about Longlegs, and specifically why this movie is so freaking good and epic and amazing, and yet not.
Why not?
Why not, though?
well, I think if you were to sit and watch for a while, you'll see us discover.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's good.
I think if you sit around and watch, you might see us discover that this movie lacks theme and character. But before we get into that, D.
We have a Discord. There's a link in the description. Go over there and talk to us about movies, especially about Heretic, because everyone likes Heretic and we
Apparently we
hate
pissed
it.
everyone off.
Yeah. So, click the link, description. Go over there.
Hey, what's your hot take on Longlegs, D?
I liked it.
All right.
Ooh.
This is going to get crazy. Taylor, what's your hot take on Longlegs?
I thought it was quite good. This is my second time seeing it. I liked it more the second time.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
I think the word I would use for my hot take is dope. It was dope. I'm not going to go on record saying I liked it.
But it was dope.
But it was dope. It was dope.
Well, I might retract my statement.
So
where to begin?
I want to define, I guess, my take.
All right.
This is more directed to the audience here.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you guys though.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
And it's very confusing. My take is that I think in a lot of horror movies that they suck.
Yeah.
Yes, I think a lot of horror movies are bad.
Horror and comedy, 95% suck.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I think most movies in general are not very good, but horror movies suck. And like we talked about how Winchester was one that was pushed out that everyone had talked about at one moment, and it was just the worst movie ever. Smile is terrible. What was the Boy?
Oh God,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
The Boy
That was really bad.
Yeah, so many movies are so bad, and so when it comes to a movie like Heretic, then I'm like, oh hey, it's a little bit better than the other ones, but it's still bad. Longlegs was good, but it's still not the movie that I want to be like, oh hell yeah, man, that's a good horror movie.
Yeah, that's what I felt too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my take.
Yeah, I feel that way a lot with horror, especially when a horror movie comes out that gets some hype behind it. I usually find it's underwhelming.
Because it's easy to hype about a horror movie.
Yeah, because when
so
a
many
horror
are bad.
movie is a little better than average or sufficiently better than average or whatever you might want to say,
sufficiently,
it generates a lot of buzz.
right?
But I'm always looking for that next level where transcending the genre where
Like Hereditary.
yeah, Hereditary, where that's just a good movie
Right.
regardless of genre.
Right.
I thought Longlegs didn't do that, but I did like it a lot, and it was a little different than what I expected. It wasn't so horror.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of Silence of the Lambs.
A lot.
Yeah.
Where
Reminded me of that too. Yeah.
that movie
A lot of homage.
Yeah.
for sure. That movie gets kind of lumped in as a horror movie, but it's really a psychological thriller
100%.
Right.
with a heavy tone.
Right.
And I think Longlegs is in the same vein, but amps up the horror a little bit more.
That's interesting because I wouldn't call this a horror movie. I guess now that retrospectively,
True.
yeah,
I kind of agree with you.
yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to by the time you get to the end of the movie.
Sure.
By the end, yes.
But 80% of the film, it is a Silence of the Lambs type, serial killer, psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Totally.
With some supernatural.
Yeah, we
elements.
talked.
But the supernatural elements are kind of hinted at. That's one of the things I really. At first, it frustrated me, and then by the end, I really appreciated it for this fact that they kept the supernatural very vague, to where it could have been real or not, right? We could just be dealing with crazy people, and many different possible answers are on the table.
Yeah.
It's not until the very final finale that the satanic power becomes a real thing.
Right.
And it's unavoidable and is in your face. And you go, oh my God, I've been in a horror nightmare this whole time.
Yeah.
When I thought I was just in a murder mystery.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons we kept saying it was like X-Files.
Yes.
Or was the other one True Detective?
True Detective,
Yeah.
I do really like that the supernatural element was committed to at the end.
Right.
Because throughout the whole movie, you could kind of say that, oh, maybe it's interpretive, or who knows, is she just crazy or whatever? You know, there's little flashes of Baphomet in the background that Dee kept picking out all of them, which was cool.
I feel like I would have missed them all.
Yeah, I missed them all in the theaters. I didn't see a single one.
It was probably because of the TV that we had.
Yeah, true. Yeah, higher contrast or whatever. But I really like when a movie sticks to its guns, and at the end, it's some of the methods and mechanics of how Satan is doing what he's doing is mysterious, but the fact that Satan is behind all this and Satan is canonically real in this world, I really like. Hereditary does that too.
Yeah, and Grounded.
Yeah, in a grounded way.
Yeah, Hereditary does that really well.
Yeah.
I was going to say another movie that does that is Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta watch it.
We need to watch it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I felt like this movie was such a deliberately paced film. Like it really kind of took its time building up, and I actually found myself a few times wanting intensity.
Me too.
Like I was just like, I want something intense to happen. Everything is like really beautiful, and interesting and well shot, and like I'd say you're hitting all the bases in terms of direction and lighting,
right?
Like everything's pretty dialed in, but I'm just like wanting some intensity, please. You know, so you're almost edging in this movie, right? And then, but it kind of pays off. Because the ending feels extremely intense,
right?
In contrast, even though it isn't that intense, but
that's interesting.
But it feels wildly intense compared to the whole movie we've just sat through.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
it goes off the rails, effectively. You know, it becomes that's almost something I don't like. Like I liked watching it, but I feel like it's obligatory to do as a horror movie, where your last 15 minutes. You just go crazy.
I suppose so, yeah.
But that's more of a personal thing than a real critique of the movie.
Well, like Hereditary did that also.
It does, yeah.
I did feel the same thing that you were feeling about the intensity thing. I felt also throughout the whole thing that there wasn't anything that was keeping me interested in the plot. Mm-hmm. Like I was like you. I was like dialed in with the dialed in mechanics of the movie.
Just great filmmaking.
Yeah,
I kept going. Oh, that looks good.
Right.
Ooh, how did they do that?
Right.
Oh, those are gels on the flashlights.
The flashlights,
right? Like stuff like that. Right.
Right. Yeah. They had one move that was like insane behind the car. You know, while I was driving, like those camera shots and stuff are really cool. But like some of the characters, I didn't like the one cop detective. I don't know fucking what his name is.
Her boss.
Yeah. He was just kind of annoying there all the time.
Pretty generic.
It's super generic.
Yeah, very generic.
Almost felt intentionally generic.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, but
it wasn't. We were cracking jokes about him within the first 10 minutes of the movie because we've seen this character
same guy
in so many movies where there's the guy from the station, usually a black man, who says things like, "Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God." Yeah. Just
what is that?
Holy shit. Yeah.
That's kind of all he does.
Yeah. And he was boring in this movie. And, like, the mom felt like, oh, she's creepy because she's creepy or whatever. But, and it gets explained later on. But, like, nothing until the end gave me that stuff to grip onto, and I didn't feel like I was there in her brain. I didn't feel like I was trying to, like Zodiac, right? Zodiac is a great movie that really digs into the puzzle element of the whole thing, right? And True Detective season 1 does that a lot too.
I think you're kind of talking about like mystery.
Yeah.
And being engaged in a mystery.
Yeah, and this felt like a horror that wanted to be more mystery than horror, I guess.
And the mystery felt pretty superficial.
Yeah, it wasn't that mysterious.
Yeah, and I mean, it was kind of an easy movie to predict.
Yeah.
A lot of the story beats coming at you before they happen.
So you predicted that it was dolls with the silver orbs in.
Not quite.
Oh,
but I did know really early that her mom was the other half of the killing team.
Yeah,
way before it was revealed. So the story itself was not as interesting as what I saw on the screen, if that makes sense.
The execution was better than the story.
Yeah, the execution was better than the story.
That's how I felt about X.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, X was like that.
Yeah, X, I'd say X was worse than this, though.
It is.
Really? I would disagree.
Oh, really?
X is better?
See, that's interesting.
See, X has more intensity.
No,
has a much more high energy movie.
I was gonna say it has more energy because I think the characters in there are a lot more interesting than these ones.
They didn't give you a lot for the characters in this. Like, really are still like our main character, Lee Harker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Could be anything.
Yeah.
Like all the way up to the end of the movie, I still don't have a strong opinion about who she is. Really.
I do, but I felt like her character didn't make sense until the end for me. And now I want to rewatch it to see what that's like with that knowledge in my mind, my headcanon. But with X, it felt like there was a lot of really good filmmaking going on, but the story was so bland, I felt like. So this one had a really cool story because it was something that I haven't really seen before, whereas X was like a high-tier B movie, you know what I mean? So that's why I like this one better. Yeah.
There was a lot of homage in this. I could see the filmmaker's influences and what the filmmaker loves and gets like high on.
Yeah.
On the screen. I mean, we shouted out Blade Runner 2049.
Oh yeah.
Several times.
There was a lot of that in here.
Uh-huh.
Andrew Lesney, the cinematographer, I believe. Yeah. Does all that kinds of lighting, like the God lighting, light shafts and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also very X-Files.
Yeah, I did feel that too. Yeah.
It's a little bit Twin Peaks, actually.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
I could see that.
Tiny bit.
Yeah, I could see that.
Tiny bit.
I felt tiny bits of The Shining in it.
Oh yeah, the axe death.
The axe death. The some of the 70s looks of the houses when they went into the 4x3 parts. That was that way. I love the color grading in this movie. It was crazy.
Yes,
it was really cool.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes were so dark that I couldn't believe how well I saw stuff. Right? Like I'm like making.
How is this exposed right now?
Yeah, like making this scene so dark and still lit well.
Yeah.
At the same time is just like so. That's like a masterful.
Absolutely.
Technique.
Yeah, it is.
And so what I saw were filmmakers who really love making movies and are film geeks. I saw film geeks.
Yeah.
Making a kind of interesting movie.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Yeah, I wish there was more substance. I felt like there wasn't a lot, but like I wish there was more. Like that's funny. I was gonna say the movie The Substance has more substance than this movie.
Well, it does.
It does. Yeah. I think.
And maybe it's because this one doesn't have as much theme in it.
Well, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is this movie is almost all plot.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's saying anything about religion.
Right.
Yeah, it's plot and it's tone. It's very tone heavy.
Super tone heavy, yeah.
But I couldn't say like it made a statement.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, that's interesting. Yeah, if it had a little bit more heavier of a message, I'd be like, wow, I'd be really impressed. Cuz like the shots with the doll, which I loved so much, were like a when the face showed through, like it was a demon face or whatever that came through.
Under the shroud.
Yeah. It's like that's a filmmaking technique, right? It's something that you superimpose onto the screen to show the audience something, right? Something that's not literal. right? It's like a metaphorical thing of some sort, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
but it didn't mean anything really.
I'll say there's one thing that I think the film was trying to do and did not succeed, and that is giving like a real sense of this foreboding evil presence.
Yeah.
And specifically, it is done really well in
The Witch.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going
to The Witch.
I was going to say, of course, Hereditary.
Yeah.
And The Shining.
Oh yeah, totally.
In both of those movies, like throughout them, as the movie goes on, the sense of something supernatural and evil builds.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, before it's even totally revealed, you already are starting to feel its weight on you. Like I feel wrong and creepy,
right, and
kind of haunted.
So what would you say contributes to that feeling? Like why would those movies have that feeling and this one didn't?
It's a good question. I mean, you pointed out how they had these like flashes of the goat-horned demon in the shadows and stuff.
Yeah.
But it almost might as well have been like a symbolic gesture.
And totally.
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't change the scene
No.
at all. It didn't add anything really.
Yeah.
And most people probably didn't even see it. So I think it has to do. I think it has got to do with the storytelling. I think it in both examples I just gave, Hereditary and The Shining, you have characters that we are really connected to, who we kind of understand and have gotten close to, and we are feeling them sort of unravel.
Yeah.
Right? Their grasp of what reality is slipping away, and because we've connected with them, it's slipping away from us too.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas that doesn't really happen here because we're not connected to the characters.
Right. I was going to say in Hereditary, from the son's point of view, seeing his mom unravel is really heavy in the movie.
Yeah.
Or like you said in The Shining, with also from the son's point of view, and the wife's point of view, seeing what's his name unravel.
Jack.
Yeah, and in Longlegs, we don't really get any of that. We have the girl Harker's point of view, but she only sees things mysterious like, and I think that's the reason why Zodiac keeps coming to my mind. It's because I keep thinking of that character in Zodiac, where he keeps seeing mystery and mystery and mystery, but never. Like nothing ever coalesces, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that that sense of like foreboding evil is really the missing thing from this film.
I think that comes from theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't have theme.
I agree.
Yeah.
There was no theme.
Yeah.
I think there was no theme.
Like I didn't really feel anything.
Yeah, I think that comes with a lack of theme.
A little bit at the very end, but really not much.
It's occasionally creepy.
Right. Yeah. I guess the more, because when we ask like what was the story here, we won't talk about a person, right? When someone asks what's the story of Longlegs, we're like, oh, this detective tries to figure out the serial killer, and that's
right.
It. Yeah. She doesn't learn anything about herself or anything like that.
No, I mean, she doesn't learn anything about herself that's not just a practical thing. Like,
I mean,
like she learns, oh, my mom was doing this stuff.
Right, yeah, but nothing
that impacts my.
Could you even say she has an arc?
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't think she does.
She doesn't grow as a character or change in any meaningful way.
Right, not in a meaningful way. Yeah. Right.
No one has an arc in this movie
except Nick Cage.
He goes from crazy to crazy.
He achieves his goal. Satan has an arc.
Satan has an arc.
I was gonna say she goes from like withdrawn to active, but it's not really a thing. It's not like.
No, she's active immediately.
She's active immediately?
Yes. She's working all night in like the first couple scenes.
I don't mean that. I mean active as in, I guess, engaging with people. See, I'm really trying here, so I don't really know.
There's got to be a theme somewhere.
Yeah. It's I can't.
I like really how we're talking about all this, and we have not mentioned Nick Cage's performance as Longlegs. This whole time, and that was the big buzz of this movie.
Why though? To me, it's almost like what you'd expect from Nick Cage.
That's what I felt too. I was like,
I didn't find it particularly interesting.
I don't know if I'm being crazy or not, because like everyone was like, dude, Nick Cage is crazy in that. And like I liked him in it. I thought it was good.
He was,
but I was not blown away. I wasn't. Didn't see anything new from him.
No,
what's
I liked
his
him.
name from Buffalo?
Oh yeah, that actor.
Silence of the Lambs.
Monk,
Yeah.
Also.
The Silence of the Lambs character.
Yeah. Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill was way creepier.
Way
creepier.
Absolutely,
and he doesn't go as like over the top in his performance, but he is way more unsettling.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. He was a good character, but
I like Nick Cage in this a lot. But yeah, I did not live up to the hype. And I think he had too much makeup on.
Yeah.
I know the character literally has a bunch of makeup on, but I think he had too much prosthetics.
I would say so too.
Because that was also part of the hype. They're like, he's unrecognizable.
I mean,
he's just covered in prosthetics.
Yeah, I heard the same thing
it
too.
Doesn't, it actually takes away from his performance, I think.
Right. His performance does not make him unrecognizable.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
And it also takes it takes his face away.
Yeah.
Right.
He actually sounds exactly like Nicolas Cage.
Yes. He sounds unhinged, just like any other Nick Cage movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say him and Pig. I just spit across the table there. Sorry.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Him in Pig was really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say that's a standout performance from Nick Cage.
Absolutely.
Or what was the one we just watched with him? Not Dream Scenario.
He's been good in a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah, but we talked about something about him. We compared him to Mandy, unless it wasn't him.
I don't think we've seen another Nick Cage movie.
Okay, yeah. So Mandy, I still my favorite performance from him. And yeah, I don't know. Him in here was just like, oh, it's Nick Cage, and that's it.
Doing his thing.
Yeah.
Just being crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, it would have been more interesting if he wasn't yelling.
Yeah.
If we never heard him yell, that would be.
It felt like a Buffalo Bill homage.
Yeah.
With Joker vibes.
It totally, yeah.
I was ready for him to be like, "You want to know how I got these prosthetics?"
That's totally how it felt. Yeah. Yeah. Joker came to mind completely.
I did like that part. That part was cool.
I love the opening scene.
Oh yeah,
it just fades in. Really, I think the opening scene has the strongest tone of the whole movie. That felt evil to me.
What was the opening scene?
It's just like a black a red 4x3, and then it from red fades into that awkward shot from like the passenger seat looking out, and we just drive.
I loved that shot. Yeah, that was
and
good.
Then we get Nick Cage from like the chest.
Right.
That was really cool.
Right.
And the way they cut, where you get to see like
just his face, sort of.
You only get a few frames of his face. That's probably the creepiest part of the whole movie.
That was
for me.
Yeah, I would agree there. I like that a lot. It's funny because you talked about how we're not talking about Nick Cage. I thought what you were going to say was the cinematography, because cinematography was standout. Yeah, it was insanely good.
Best thing done about the movie.
No, I could take still frames from this film to make a mood board, vision board.
Oh, this is a mood board movie.
yeah, for some good movies.
For reference film.
Yeah, like it looked so good.
Yeah.
And shot in a way that generated tone. Like I almost feel like the cinematographer had more passion for the movie than the director or writer
like
did.
X.
Yeah. The sequences that were shot in her home, going just throughout the rooms of the home and then outside and back into the home, were just like haunting. Really haunting.
Yeah, they reminded me a lot actually of a non-horror movie called The Assistant, which it's colored and shot similarly. But yeah, just want to put that out there for those guys, I guess, since you guys haven't seen it.
A lot of wide-angle lenses were used.
It reminded me of Better Call Saul.
It's true. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
A lot of that.
So, smart cinematography people, what do you use to get these shots they had where it was an extremely wide, and like almost a swirling blur off to the sides from the main focus in the middle?
I noticed that, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know if that was because I felt like it was the stream that was like that we were watching that was kind of like pixelated maybe, but that doesn't make any sense because
I don't think so.
Because the moving stuff would be sharp if that were the case.
Like I've seen weird like augmented lenses that do that kind of effect. You know, they're like trick lenses. You know.
Well, I know. I mean, like you can do that in After Effects.
Yeah.
Right. It's like basically a time, not a time stutter, but you know what I'm talking about, where you step time, and you blur to the sides, and you can do that with a simple mask. But like, you're right, in where it felt like it was being shot in almost like 2 different frame rates at the same time. Yeah, that was trippy. There was also a moment here. I don't know if you said it felt kind of like warp stabilization, but it's not, and it felt like they were shooting on a zoom lens that they kept zooming in and out while walking backwards.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
It was weird.
Yeah.
I'm convinced it was stabilization.
It could have been
post-stabilization.
Like, but there was parallax that was like the trees behind her like got closer to her and kept coming back.
Yeah. So. Sometimes I get that from
warp stabilization.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm gonna take warp stabilizer off the shot when that happens.
Yeah.
It's that fucked up.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
It definitely.
I don't know.
It definitely looked really cool.
It did.
Yeah, in fact, every shot where the camera is moving and tracking a person, either walking or a car driving, was unique and interesting.
It was, yeah.
I felt like every time was something I hadn't quite seen done quite that way before.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought the use of wide lenses was cool in a horror movie. The way they use it here, I think, was cool because the way they use it here, I think, was cool because.
Indeed.
Well said, Taylor.
What I'm trying to say is, wide-angle lenses are used in horror sometimes to really distort faces and cause a lot of distortion. But here, there is some distortion, but I feel like here they're using it to show more.
Yeah.
And that's something that's kind of goes counterintuitive to horror. Like
that's
you don't necessarily want to show a ton.
Yeah.
But here they show a lot. And I liked that.
There's something about that in a lot of horror movies that I hate, and it's tracking with a longer lens, something that's around like 50 and up, and you track backwards with someone as they're walking into a house or whatever, walking past a hallway, and what it does is it constrains the space so that you can still see behind the person, but just that, and it's a very tight shot, it's claustrophobic. And it's done all the time, and I fucking hate it because it's, to me, it feels not just tropey, but like you're calling out to the person. There's going to be a scare here as soon as the camera turns, right?
Yep.
If you're hiding something.
It's what cheapens every horror movie.
Yeah.
It's just the tricks.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And this one didn't have almost any tropes in it at all.
It didn't try to be a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just has an ending that fits in the horror genre.
You know, that's interesting because
kind of it.
It was edited like a horror movie though, because like
they did some like jump scare cuts.
Not just that, but like they had the long foreboding shots, right? They had
sound design too.
Yeah, some of the I'd say some of the set design, the stuff
sound
that
design.
They had sound design.
Yeah,
set design. I disagree.
Well, both really.
The graphics that they put in, you know, with the crazy fucking devil stuff.
Oh yeah. So with the snake, I still don't get the snake.
Serpents are evil.
Oh, devil snake.
Devil
Got it.
snake.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Still no theme.
That's what I mean. The theme. Yeah, this movie did need theme.
Yeah.
It really did.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Because those.
Are we actually missing the theme? Like, are we stupid?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think we're missing.
I'm
like,
open to
I'd
that.
like to be. Yeah. I'd like to be stupid and rewatch this with the theme. Be like, oh shit, I was.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my second time watching it, and I did like it a little more.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and I was not enlightened.
We still didn't learn anything about the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for the practical nature of magic, I guess. I don't know.
But like those quick cuts to the red devil faces and serpents, you know, without a theme, don't really do anything. Like it doesn't really mean anything.
Right.
Like other than it just gives you like a quick like stutter in what you're watching, like break up be like, ooh, that was spooky.
Right.
But what does it do?
It reinforces that Satan is here.
Oh, it reinforces that Satan influenced the editor of the film.
Yes.
That's the thing. Go off topic a little bit, but the movie. What was the one that I was just saying you guys should watch also? Late Night with the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
Also doesn't really have a theme, but it's like a really cool concept that I love to see played out. But yeah, I guess I was trying to figure out why I brought that up.
Why'd you bring that up?
I don't know.
Wish you hadn't done that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, I was gonna say another one. Fucking True Detective, specifically season 1 because it's an anthology. Season 1 is about a mystery that they're unraveling, and it has to do with demonic stuff.
All right.
And it's cool because they talk about demonic stuff in the same way that horror movies would, but it's not about it whatsoever. It's about the characters. It's about the two people who are
Rusty or whatever his name was.
Right, Rusty and the other dude. And it's about their relationship and how Rusty is trying to become I guess more of a normal person. But it's really interesting because it plays like there's a direct tie to the theme at the very end of that season. That's a really good show.
True Detective season 1 is awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this.
Yes.
It is known.
It is known.
So I'm standing by that this is a good movie.
Yeah.
I do
I really do think that it is a good movie.
Reluctantly, I do too.
But I think the whole reason why we're having our conversation is more about qualms than anything else.
Yeah.
Is because it's the kind of good movie where we never stop thinking about the fact that we're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Like the whole time I'm aware of like the mechanics of filmmaking, and I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it, but I never disappear into this story, right?
Interesting. Yeah.
And I think a great movie executes the film just as well.
Yeah.
But you almost take off your filmmaker hat because you got lost into
you get
the
immersed.
magic of the story. And I think that must boil down to the two elements that are missing: character and theme.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it.
That's our thesis.
There you go.
In theaters, when I watched this in theaters, I didn't get immersed.
Yeah.
I was enjoying watching it, but I never entered the screen. You know? I was always in my seat in the theater.
Yeah,
I feel like
ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that's
screen.
cool.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't done that in a long time. Got fully immersed in a movie.
It takes a while. Dune?
I'd say Dune 2 was the last time I felt completely sucked in.
That's true. Yeah, Dune 2. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, Dune 2.
Dune 2. Let's have Dune 2 hour.
Dune 2 hour.
Anyway, so yeah, Dune 2 was great.
Done.
Yeah. Guys, you remember Dune 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Good times.
I also think we're kind of harping on qualms a lot because what good is here, there's not a lot to really go into. Like we could say the cinematography is really cool. Spend 2 seconds talking about why it's cool, and then that's about it. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's the mechanics of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
If
is
the mechanics
mechanics.
aren't tied into like theme, then they don't
Right.
mean anything.
Intention is kind of, I think, a missing element.
Yeah.
Right. I think a lot of the shots we saw here that made us go, ooh, that's cool, was probably motivated by a filmmaker whose only intention was this would be cool.
Maybe,
Not
yeah.
necessarily like, okay, we're going to do this for this specific reason.
I think-
How
because
does it
it's-
tell the story?
I
And
think
I-
there's a lot of emotion in them, but you're right. I don't think it tells the story so much. There was some in here, like the first shot, like you said, and the long shot, the very rare long shots that they have of the girl walking toward the car, and all we see is just the doll that we
Right.
don't even know what it is at first. Like, that's so creepy. But that whole part, and a lot of those shots in here, are just, I think, just to hit home on the creepy nature and just make you feel unnerved. But that's it. Yeah. Nothing about the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Remy?
Yeah. It's a ripoff of Silence of the Lambs.
It's a ripoff.
So it is. It's a Silence of the Lambs ripoff.
God.
With the witch inspired ending. It's the ending from The Witch at the end of Silence of the Lambs, with really cool cinematography and decent performances.
You know, I want to say that I liked this better than The Witch.
What?
Yeah. You didn't like The Witch. Shut the fuck up.
I like The Witch better than this.
I like The Witch a lot. I might have to back up on that.
So. Just because I'm just saying, like, if I'm just comparing the moment when whatever his name, the goat, Black Phillip, right? When we realize that Black Phillip really is possessed and has power, and that leads into the end of the film, was way interesting and powerful
the end of this one
than the reveal at the end of
I don't know
of this.
I
of
really
Longlegs.
liked. Well, maybe it's because I didn't connect so much with the end of The Witch after the reveal of the goat, because that was, I don't know, it was out of left field for me. I liked it, but here I understood this one a lot more, probably because I have hearing aids now.
Maybe. I just know when Black Phillip started talking to Anna Taylor, whatever her name is.
Yeah, almost there.
When that happened,
Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, when that happened, like, that was a moment for me in film watching, in my film watching life, where I was like, oh shit, like it got me like really good. And I was never quite got by this film.
No.
Ever.
No.
You know.
Well, It Follows was something that I liked more than this one.
Absolutely.
Same. 100%.
Yeah.
That's not a
It
controversial
Follows
take
has
at all.
Theme.
It does have theme.
It has heavy theme.
Yeah.
Like it Follows is not as pretty of a movie as this one is.
Yeah.
But it is competently shot. It's well made, but character and theme is pervasive. No, I feel like if people ask me about Longlegs, I'm going to go like this and I'm going to be like, yeah. Actually, no, it's really good.
Right.
No, you should see it.
Right.
You should totally see it. It's really good. And they'll be like, why'd you do that thing with your face? And I'm like, you won't understand. It's a good movie. You're like, seriously.
You're an
Just watch
unwashed.
it, you'll like it.
You're part of the unwashed. So
Just watch it. You'll like it.
You'll like it. It's a good movie. It's
good.
fine. It's fine. It's just, yeah.
That's funny.
I know.
That's funny.
That's funny.
We are beggars and choosers here on the Talkies.
And we want our cake, and we want to eat it as well.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, look, yeah, thanks for the good movie. I want it to be better. Okay.
Sorry, I wanted a masterpiece. Sorry.
I mean, sure. Is it 2 thumbs up? Yes, but I'd like another thumb, please.
3 thumbs.
I mean,
It's not enough.
Too much to ask for? If I had an extra thumb right here, think of what I could do.
Think
Think
about
of the
it.
things
you
could do.
You could do stuff with it.
You could grab on to something and still have fingers free.
Oh, that's not metaphorical. You were being hyperbolic.
I'm being serious.
Okay.
So I have to hold this can like this.
Yeah.
But if I had a thumb right here, I could hold the can firmly.
Right.
Like say my pinky is an extra thumb. I would have.
This is what I could do.
I would have. But I would have 4 extra fingers right here to do things.
This changes everything.
Yeah.
This changes everything.
That's everything. Yeah.
And you could give a movie 3 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Additionally.
That was a really good.
Yeah.
tie-in
Anyway,
to
I
what
feel,
we were talking
yeah,
about.
I feel like I would give especially just like compared to all the movies I've seen in the past year.
Yeah.
I would say this is like on the winning side. This
That's
is
literally what I said coming out of the theater. I was like, it was not the worst movie I've seen this year. I've seen a lot worse movies this year.
it's one of the good guys.
It's one of the good guys.
It is.
One of
It
the good
is.
guys, yeah.
But I'll still kind of bitch about it a bit.
That's kind of how I feel about Juror number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I walked out of that
I
movie
think I felt that way about most of Clint Eastwood movies.
Yeah, but I'm just like, oh, that was good. I mean,
He's getting old.
it wasn't good, but
I mean, it wasn't actually good, but I don't know what was bad. Like, it wasn't bad.
not like Wicked, right? When I could come out of Wicked and I could just say the things.
Oh
that are
shit,
on my mind.
Talk about
Wicked.
Wicked.
If we wanted clicks, we'd be doing Wicked right now.
I don't know. I don't think anyone's watching videos about Wicked.
That's
No one's watching Wicked.
Lots of people are watching Wicked and
No
talking
one's
about
seen
it.
it.
It's crazy that
Bomb.
how full the theater was.
Oh, it's a phenomenon.
Part
It
1.
is. Yes.
That pisses me off.
It's yeah.
the movie, the Wicked Hour.
Thank you.
Wicked Part 1 is longer than the entire stage play.
Yeah, and it's you can tell when you watch it, it's stretched.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Part 1.
Yeah.
Part 1 is longer than the whole stage play.
Right.
Yeah, I want.
It's not longer than the book.
Maybe not.
The book takes a lot longer than 2 hours to read. So
maybe it's a book adaptation.
it's not.
It's not.
Well, what frustrates this filmmaker is that everyone will be talking about Wicked for probably the next month or more.
That is very frustrating.
And no one. Well, but like, there wasn't a day where the substance was in the zeitgeist of the people.
Yeah,
which like
that's frustrating.
Which is like literally like would have been a really important and useful movie for people to be talking about.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, important is the word. Yeah.
Yeah. So humanity.
Reagan.
They'll just let you down.
People need to talk about Reagan.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should really be talking about Reagan.
We should really be talking. Yeah, The Apprentice. How about that?
God, movies are horrible.
I'm not into movies anymore.
I don't like movies.
I'm not really into movies.
The last time we did talkies, when we were in older talkies mode, we saw some pretty bad movies, and it got to the point that we just didn't want to do talkies anymore.
That's true. Yeah, we were going every weekend to the theater and just watching whatever
it was.
Yeah.
That's how we ended up watching Winchester.
Yeah, we saw a lot of bad movies, and it was killing us.
Debilitated our spirits.
Sad.
I'm laughing.
And now it's like a mix of both.
Yeah.
We'll go see movies that we're interested in.
Yeah. So thus being that Longlegs was good.
No, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was.
It was.
Yeah. Totally was.
Yeah. It's just, it could have been better.
But like
the room for improvement.
There's room for improvement.
Maybe his next movie, The Monkey.
Actually, I'm very excited to see that.
That looks really goofy compared to
Yeah.
Longlegs.
I'm super happy about that.
Yeah.
No, so I had never seen a single trailer for Longlegs. I knew nothing about it coming into this, so that was kind of cool for my experience. I had no.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I had seen the trailer for that monkey movie, and you had told me, "Oh yeah, that's the same filmmaker from Longlegs." And I'm like, "Interesting."
So the trailer for the monkey is what you got for going into
Longlegs. That's the only context I had. And I'm watching this movie, and I'm going like, "What? How is this the same person?" Like, this is if nothing else, this movie is serious.
Right.
This is a serious movie.
Yeah. It takes itself very seriously.
And that monkey movie is not a serious movie.
I don't know, man. So I got a question.
Yes. What is the question,
Yeah.
D?
Okay. So the question is.
Tell us. What is it? Tell us.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
Will you tell us?
Yeah. If Oz Goodman's.
What?
Is it Goodman?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something
Goodman?
Osgood Perkins.
Osgood Perkins.
Osgood Perkins. Oz Perkins.
All right.
If his or their movie
Which
was
movie?
a pizza.
The monkey?
Yeah. This one, Longlegs. If Longlegs,
Right.
God damn it, this battery's dead too.
Fuck that.
Fuck it.
We don't need
this
it.
battery.
Let's keep going.
If this battery was a pizza, if this movie was a pizza, what kind of pizza would it be?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a good psychological thing for you.
Oh, I think I got it. I think it's pretty easy.
Oh, it's easy. What is it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy.
What is it?
This would be a
Oh my goodness. Remy, go lay down.
So like you open your pizza box and there is this beautiful pizza. The steam comes up and hits you in the face. And you're like, oh, that's nice.
Bask in the pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
It just looks beautiful. Nice crust. The cheese is nice and kind of, browned a little bit.
Brown cheese?
No,
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Brown. Like caramelized?
No, you know what I mean. When bits of the mozzarella have turned brown.
Yes.
It's nice. So it's like
Your leg.
caramelized,
We're pulling it.
yeah. Stop pulling my leg. All right, and the toppings all look fresh and delicious. I mean, I'd even say there's cupped pepperonis on there.
Wow.
It's a good looking dang pizza. and you cut it, and you take your you have to cut it because it wasn't pre-cut.
Oh, right.
So
they pass the savings on to you.
Yeah, you got to cut it yourself. Yeah, you cut it and you pull yourself, and you take a big bite, and everything tastes just as it looks, except there's no sauce.
There's no sauce.
There's no sauce.
Oh my God.
And you wanted sauce.
Oh wow.
And you're like, is there like am I supposed to dip it? Is there a dipping sauce? Do they provide? And you're looking around. There's nothing. Right, and so you got like a good crust with good cheese and good toppings.
Yeah.
But there's no sauce, and so it just doesn't quite feel like a pizza, does it?
Wow.
You know, right? And then after you eat it, you feel just suddenly compelled to murder your family and kill yourself.
Right. Okay. So so it's a bad movie then. Is what you're saying.
So it's not good.
Yeah.
Well, except all the pieces tasted good.
So it tasted good. So it was worth it.
Worth it.
It's worth eating.
Like you should eat it.
Yeah,
like
still
once. Like you should eat it once.
Like you wouldn't regret eating.
Right,
it.
but then by the time you're done, you'll be like, I still want a pizza.
By the time you're done
I'd still like to have
after
pizza.
after you're done murdering your family
and killing yourself.
And killing
You're
yourself.
like, I'm gonna use some pizza.
Yeah, now I could go for an actual pizza because that wasn't totally a satisfactory pizza.
Gotcha. So after you're dead, then you watch Blade Runner 2049 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'll still be like, but hey, I validate that cheese and that was good, banging, like just
that brown cheese.
Yeah, really nice brown cheese, really good, and compliments to the chef. Like you really knew what you were doing, but
nice.
Put some sauce on next time, dude.
Fucking idiot.
Make it a pizza.
Sounds like they didn't know what they were doing.
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing.
Fucking idiot.
I got a pizza.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I got a pizza. You go over to a new indie pizza shop that that doesn't make, or they make pizza, but I mean like they're brand new and
it's independent.
Yeah, the person who runs it has just come out of school, culinary school.
Oh.
And they're really good at what they do.
All right.
And so they start, they make you a pizza. You come over and you order one from them. And they make you this like really gorgeous pizza. Everyone's been hyping this up. And they're just like, you have to go over there, right? And then the person who made it like serves it to you. Like they're so proud. And they put it in front of you. And you're just like, oh man, this looks delicious. Thank you, right? And they just watch you eat it. And as you take a piece and go to eat it, you're just like, wow. And you do this kind of number. That's good, man. As opposed to, like wanting your mind blown and just like, he's just waiting for you to like blow up. And you're like, nah, it's good. This is good.
It's pretty much like any time you show the trailer for the new movie you just made to your dad.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah. And they're just like, oh, well, that's pretty neat.
Yeah. It's better than neat.
Right.
The pizza does taste really good, and you're just sitting here and you're like, but okay. Could you have used, maybe just a little bit more acid in your tomato sauce? And he's like
LSD?
Yes, LSD, yeah.
Okay.
Not more tomatoes, but LSD.
Okay.
That would improve it.
It would improve it.
All right. So it's like you enjoyed it, but you immediately feel like you have to offer advice back to the chef.
So the chef,
what a dick.
The chef feels really what do you call it? Like you're a dick. He feels like you're an asshole. He's like, excuse me. You're just like, just a little bit more, acid in the sauce.
Have you considered? You're like, I went to culinary school, you asshole.
Yeah, and you're like, well, I've eaten a lot of pizza though, so
It's a good point. That's a valid point.
Thank you. Yeah. So then you walk away, with a 7.5, 8 out of 10 experience. You'll go to other people who like pizza. And you'll tell them it's 10 out of 10.
Go be like, oh no, you'll love it.
You'll love it. For pizza, for people who kind of eat pizza like you, you'll love it.
For people that are really into pizzas, they'll be the ones you tell. You're like, it's actually like a 7.
It's kind of it's not perfect.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
All right. Mine is it's funny. I came up with mine quick, and yours was similar to mine.
Oh, sure it was.
Yeah. So I want you to know I'm not ripping you off.
Oh, sure.
You ripped me off.
You're ripping me off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I felt it. I intuited it from your vibes.
I knew it. I knew it.
Taylor's the doll.
You're the doll. You're the doll version of me.
Good impression of a doll, Taylor. That was good. Oh, is this your pizza rating? Oh, I feel it.
Damn.
Oh, dude, it's now our job to go make pizzas.
This is method. This is method right there. My
Is this
God.
method review?
Yeah. That's a method pizza review.
That's great.
Wow.
That was great, man.
He's not breaking.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah.
Damn.
If I ask Remy to come over here, will he get you?
Okay. All right. So this movie is a pizza.
Okay.
You go into the pizzeria. It's just a random pizzeria. You've never been before. It's first time you go.
Okay,
You
fine.
order the.
Jesus.
You've never been before.
You've never been. You wouldn't know it.
Okay.
You wouldn't know
All
it.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
You order a. You look at the menu, and you notice a pepperoni pizza. And you're like,
That sounds
kind of
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. So you order it, and it comes, and it's it looks good. It's pepperonci's on there, mozzarella cheese.
Is it brown?
No.
Dude, you're missing out.
No, that is good. That is good. And there's some looks like some kind of a rustic homemade sauce on there. It looks good. Delicious, kind of.
I can get down with that. That sounds delicious.
Crust is pretty good. You take a bite and you're like, yeah, this is good. It's got some heat to it. The cheese is really nice. And
This sounds like a great pizza.
Yes, I'm sold.
Yeah, I'm down.
The sauce is zesty and acidic.
Ooh, acidic sauce. All right.
Acidic.
All right.
I'd pay extra for that.
I would too.
But with the sauce and the pepperonci's, it's too acidic. It needs something to kind of cut through.
Oof.
And what it's missing is pepperonis. Pepperonis or some meat, like some more substance to it. Umami, exactly.
Yeah.
Some substance, something that's gonna, the part that's gonna fill you up. You're missing the meat.
Ooh.
And so it tastes good. Probably wouldn't order it often.
Okay.
Maybe once in a while if I just wanted to check it out for a second, take a bite, but not something I would go for all the time. It was just missing the meat.
So and the meat is theme.
Theme.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Theme on your pizza.
What is it?
Yeah.
This isn't. What are you doing? These are not metaphors.
And the sauce.
I'm not being metaphorical.
And the sauce in my pizza.
No.
Is characters.
No.
That have been ground up and turned into pizza sauce.
Thank you. That's better.
Okay.
I'm talking about a pizza.
Right. Same here.
Huh?
Yeah.
A pizza.
Huh?
We're talking about pizza. Ken.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, we do two shows here. We talk about the movies.
Got it.
And then we talk about pizzas.
Right.
Got it.
Right. Has
Welcome
nothing
to the
do with the movie.
Slices, where three pizza eaters talk about pizza.
Yo, I'm down with that.
That sounds like a good idea. It just sounds like a good idea.
3 filmmakers taste pizzas.
3 filmmakers talking about pizza.
Finally, the take on pizza you've always wanted, a filmmaker's perspective.
Right.
I could tell you, as a documentary filmmaker, that this pizza tastes very Ken Burns.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's weird.
That's a pizza I want to try.
I know. What kind of
a
movie
long
would
pizza.
this pizza be?
Oh, that's crazy.
We just go completely invert.
All right.
Wow.
That was weird.
Holy shit, what a journey we've just been on, guys. What a journey.
What a
What an adventure.
Yeah.
We've covered Longlegs from top to bottom.
we've made
All the legs.
I'm wearing my long legs today.
we've made a lot of progress.
Cheese and
here
crackers.
today.
Oh, cheese and
I'm
crackers.
very
Oh, it's a cheese and crackers pizza.
Cheese and crackers pizza. Anyway.
We made a lot of progress here today. I'm very proud of you guys.
That's what we're here to do is make progress.
Thank you.
We all grew.
All of us grew.
I think we all grew.
I think we all grew a lot. I think there was a lot to learn from our conversation here. Next week, I would like everyone to maybe jot down some notes.
Okay.
Takeaways from today's conversation.
Can do.
We can go over our takeaways next week.
Hey, Kenny.
Yes?
I was gonna say Taylor. Hey, Taylor. Kenny can say something that ends the show. You want to see what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it?
Oh, it's you've been watching or listening to the Talkies from Karman Studios, where 3 filmmakers talk about movies, and
That was great.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. That was all.
That's enough.
That's
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
That's enough.
Don't talk.
Yeah,
anymore.
but but I was just gonna say that
You've said
fade to black.
Oh, he did it. He did it.
That's the magic words that end it.